what you get to do here, we have artists, and today I have a special group of artists. Hawa ni wazee, utasikia kila mtu hapa anaguruma. Kuna mmoja anakuwa na soprano lakini simuoni hapa, sitamtaja. Anyway, tuko hapa mpaka saa 10, and I'm hosting the Citam Karen Men's Chorale, so I'm really excited to know what this group is all about. By the way, they say this is the longest singing men's group in Kenya. Longest. Vilwamemba pamoja. Can also say this is a group that has the every age bracket here. Unajua semaga wazee na vijana wapatanange. I would like to understand also how they get to do this, and hang out together for God's glory. And my honest prayer is that by the time we are done with this, if you are a man out there, unaendaga tu kanisa unaguruma pale nje unapiga makofi, there's something you can do in church. That is my prayer and that is my hope. And I want to introduce the group here. I'll allow mwalimu to have the first say hapa. Walimu ni wengi hapa lakini kusema mwalimu, bwana director, karibu sana.
Asante.
Hey, how are you doing, sir?
Very good. Yes.
You sound very good.
I've just had my lunch.
So, a brief history about the Citam Karen Men's Chorale.
My name is Richard Kadambi, the founder director of the Men's Chorale. When we started in 1997, we still had the Nairobi Pentecostal Church. So this was NPC Chorale. Now Karen Assembly started in 1997, and the name was NPC South before it was changed to Citam Karen. Yeah, so we started this choir in 1997, and the vision behind it was just for men to at least be active in church ministries, especially music. Because I had an interest in music, I wanted men not to go and preach outside, to come and sing. And after singing, in fact, when you join a singing group, it is easier to join any other ministry. Yes. And men being, men always want to do what they are sure of. Yeah, joining ladies to sing when they are not sure, hawataki wachekelewe. But now when we meet as men, and then we learn, by the time we join the ladies, because the aim was actually to beef the church choir with men, the church choir had so many women. No men. You'd find that you have about 30, 40 women and the 2 men. So you can't have tenor, you can't have bass. And this was actually the vision. So in 1997, we started the Men's Chorale. And here we are.
1997.
Yes. How many years now?
Mingi sana.
Mingi sana.
Kuna mtu hata wako amezaliwa na saizi yako na ID. Yako na ID.
Yes. Our pastor then was our senior pastor was Pastor White, and he really encouraged us. Even the name Men's Chorale, actually when we started, it was just a male choir. We would say maybe NPC male choir. But then the first time when we were supposed to perform, we had I told him that we will perform as men. Unfortunately, that week, the attendance was very poor. And since we had already told the pastor we are going to sing on Sunday, I had just to get a choir. So the men who are there, I asked them to bring their wives. and I got some other ladies, some other men who came in, and we sang a mixed choir. Actually, it was not, but he announced and said, let's have the Men's Chorale sing for us. So from that time, this choir became the Men's Chorale. So NPC Men's Chorale. Yeah, chorale is a group of singers that mostly sing hymns. Mostly sing hymns. Let's say sacred songs. Yeah.
So many years later, how do you manage this group of men?
But then the most difficult group to run is a group of a choir of saved people. It's very difficult. running a secular group is very easy because you use force. You can threaten them, especially when there is an allowance. When there's an allowance, you tell them they will not get their money, or you will send them away. In a church choir, you can't send anybody away. I know some choir directors who send choir members away. You can't send a choir member away from a church choir. So what you are supposed to do, first of all, you really have to pray about this. You really have to pray and know how, especially if you are hot-tempered like me. You must really pray so that you don't burst. Otherwise, you will not have any men. So the one thing the men understood was I had to put in for them to know that they are not singing for me. If you don't do that, they'll always think when they don't come for practice, they are frustrating you. So one thing we were to understand, I wanted them to understand, is that you are singing for God. I'm doing my part, you are doing your part. When it comes to worship, it's very individual. It's very personal. It is you. When you don't come for practice, you're not punishing the teacher. You're not punishing the pastor. You don't go for worship team practice, or you don't appear during worship. You're not punishing. You are just punishing yourself. And this is one thing that we had to instill in the men. That, let me tell you, you are not indispensable. You are not indispensable. God can raise rocks. Yes. He says, if you don't sing for me, I'm mawe itaimba. So you see, you're not indispensable. One, very many of them were like, we can't sing. Yes, sisi hatuna sauti, hatuwezi kuimba. But I always tell them, if the God who created me is the same God who created you, and is the one who is saying, if you don't sing for me, I'll raise rocks. How can he create men who can't sing? So if you find a teacher telling you can't sing, that teacher doesn't know how to teach. Is the teacher was a problem and not the choir member. Yes, anybody can sing. There are those people we call tone deaf. There are those people who can't produce any sound. Some have very rough voices. But you see, every way they sing is correct. But there is a conventional way that we have agreed that this is how we want to do it, and this will be called professional. So, and we always think doing it the professional way, or the way professionally it has been agreed here on this earth, it's the God's way. So that's how we are struggling to make sure we are doing it professionally, that internationally people see this. I think this is good. This is good. So the one reason that has put us together is that everybody is coming to worship. Everybody is, when you come for practice, you're not coming for me. You are coming to worship. You are coming for God, not the pastor and not the...
Nice one.
Yes.
Wow. I see we have a group of men here. No, this group is big. Sijui kama niliwatishia nikamwambia studio si kubwa sana. Kuna mtu analia huko nje. Unajua kuna mahali tulienda kuimba. Unachujiwa kwa mlango. Naambia wewe utaingia? Utaingia kesho. Utaingia kesho kuto. I hope hakuna wenye tumefungia nje. Just want you to just karibia the mic when it's your turn to speak. Just say your name, the voice you sing and what you do, so that people also get to see that you guys are not singing just at because you are idol. Hakuna kazi, wacha tuende tuimbe. So I think I'll start with this side hapa hivi. Mwalimu, karibu.
Asante, my name is Moses Alovi. I sing tenor. Asante.
What do you do, Alovi?
Oh, what I do? Director calls me his spanner boy. So, we have the director, then kuna walimu sisi sasa. So hapo ndio tunacheza.
Wow. My son.
Yeah, my name is Alfred Imbolokonye Ashibira. They say the man with the big name. Others call me this Teriki guy, and I accept all this. I'm a father and a husband, and I sing the voices of tenor too. My background is military person, and I have. Currently, I'm in business, dealing with the human and animal feeds, and many other businesses along. But my passion is music, and that is what I want to do for the rest of my life, to sing to the Lord and just continue worshiping Him with my voice that God has given me.
Wow.
Thank you.
human and animal feed. What a mixture.
My name is Alex Odipo. I'm in HR, performance management, and I do business on the side. I have 2 children. I'm married to 1 female wife, and I sing tenor. Asante.
Alex, there's also an HR practitioner who wrote in. Anasema you guys, there's a misconception out there that you guys are tough and unfriendly. Ni kweli?
Especially the saved ones, we are very gentle at heart.
My name is Billy Mboya. I am a student currently doing my A-levels. I'm in my last year. And
Bill.
I'm singing tenor 1. Yeah.
There's a student here. Bill is the last born. Okay.
Yes, thank you very much, Karis. My name is Jackson Mumanye. I'm a businessman and I'm into real estate. I'm a realtor. That is what I love doing. And above all, I'm born again and love the Lord as my personal savior. By God's grace, I'm their secretary at this moment, and I love serving among these men. And of course, I'm married. Thank you. God bless.
So kusema hiyo utaenda nyumbani. Mzee karibu.
Oh, thank you very much, Karis. My name is Julius Onyango. I'm a retiree. I retired from the public service 2000, and I've been out in practice as a lawyer, chartered mediator. I'm a tax consultant. I'm also a counselor, registered counselor. I'm a father of 6, 2 girls and 2 boys. They are grown up. The first one is 52 years, the last one 42 years.
Wow.
And a grandfather of 9 children.
Wow.
Now I'm a member of Men's Chorale. I've been singing for almost 20 years now, 18 years, not 20. And then I started singing in 1952 when there is African Broadcasting Corporation, African Broadcasting Service before independence, 1952.
Wow.
So I love the Lord, and one of my passion is music. So I'm very comfortable singing with the Men's Chorale.
Wow. Hey.
Yvette Onyango is an inspiration. He started singing in 1952. Billy, you have a long way to go. You are not resigning soon.
Billy has not yet started.
And you know, that's what you will be telling your when you will come to this studio. When you are at the age of Mzee Onyango, and you say, I started singing in 2022.
And the people are like, what? It's so old.
And the people will get shocked.
Yeah. Wow. So there is a 20-year-old, there's a 80 plus.
I'm 83 years old in April 6th.
Wow. Umekaa hapo unasema uwezi imba. Naumwa na kifua. Okay, acha nisingie hapo. Karibu sana.
Asante. Well, my name is Gilbert Alela. I'm humbled to be part of these great men who have a passion to serve the Lord. And I myself, actually, I sing bass 2. Because we have men where we have men, we don't have soprano and alto, so I have to be very specific. I sing bass too. Yeah, I am a former banker, currently not yet doing much out here, but I'm believing God for an opening sooner than later. Yes.
Wow. And now we know the Men's Chorale in the house. I want us to take a short break. We go to the business side of what we get to do here. And then when I come back, we'll sample some of Men's Chorale songs. And there are also some new releases. We'll talk about that. And somebody's asking me, Karis, this is a young people's show. Why have you brought the old people here? Because I want also you to know that, safari yako ya ujanani hadi uzeeni, you only have to serve God. That is the thing I want you to get out of here. Tuko miaka ngapi? Okay. 80. Kafika.
This is Afternoon Switch in your afternoon shift with Mankaris. Shajara ya biashara na Dickens Luvanda.
Naam, hujambo na karibu. Kwa muda wa miaka 5 ijayo, serikali inapanga kutumia
connected with God all the time, but Pharaoh's power was in his army. God created a way in the sea. The Israelites crossed, but the Egyptians died.
Mwalimu, give us that chorus, bwana. We want that chorus.
Which chorus?
Worry not.
Worry not, oh worry not, just let
him know. Worry not, oh worry not, he cares for you. Worry not, oh worry not, connect with peace, and peace from God will overwhelm your heart. Worry not, oh worry not, just let him know. Worry not, oh worry not, he cares for you. Worry not, oh worry not, connect with peace, and peace from God will overwhelm your heart. And peace from God will overwhelm your heart.
Worry not. Hey, nice one. Nice
Get
one.
worried. Mungu yuko.
Mungu yuko. Jacob appreciating the men in the house. Anasema panapo wazee hapa haribiki jambo. And is just shouting out to you guys here. I want to talk to Billy kidogo. Billy, karibia mic hapa hivi. You are the youngest in this group.
Yes.
You know, we keep talking about the importance of mentorship around here. How have you benefited from being around these men here?
Okay, so I joined Men's Chorale when I just turned 16. And it was very strange because I think I was probably in my second year of high school, and I'm just used to my own, group of my peers. And when I was invited to Men's Chorale, it was strange, but it was welcoming at the same time, and especially it being a group of men, it really helped me a lot. And over the years, now I'm 19, and when I look back how my life was and maybe the trajectory that I was taking, influenced by the rest of my peers, I thank God. I thank God because it has really shielded me from a lot, protected me from a lot, and given me wisdom on how to go about life at this age.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice one. Jack,
Yes.
how long have you been with the Men's Chorale?
I can tell you, I've been here for quite a long time. Let me say like 14 years or so.
14 years.
Yes.
How has this group impacted you?
Let me tell you, I've learnt a lot. I met the young ones there. Some of them are late, like the Okinda. These are old wazes that we really appreciate. Wakina mzee John Mwangi, wakina mzee Engineer Mwasi. These are wazes that really impacted our life as young people. At that time, we really learnt a lot about the wazes and how the way they work, the way they operate. They really mentored us. And since that time, we've never looked back. I took up the role. They trained us. And of course, I can assure you, my brother, these men are very creative, very impactful. And let me tell you, every time I see them, I'm humbled. And God reminds me that always I need to humble myself before the Lord. Just like the way Jesus Christ washed the feet of his disciple. As a leader, you need to have that servanthood leadership. And I bless the Lord because of that.
Awesome. Mzee Onyango,
Yes.
let me ask you this one. Let me just shoot it straight to you. You are 80 plus years in a group of 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 20 and 30-year-olds, and you are comfortable with them. What makes you comfortable with these people here? Because 80 years tunawaacha wakae nyumbani, sisi tukienda kutafuta tunawatumianga credit na M-Pesa na tunasema vile tunasaidia wazazi wetu huko nyumbani, but you're here singing with this young man 3 days a week. You hang out with these guys for years in, years out. What is it about this group that makes you feel comfortable even with your age to just be with them?
It is really sweet to be among these men because first of all, they are Christians. They are very friendly. And this group is joke when I'm among them. I'm the oldest among them, and I feel like they make me feel like their age group. So I'm very comfortable in this group. I don't see them as, they don't see me as the oldest. They see me as among, they are equal. So we joke, and we are very comfortable. I've never seen someone being embarrassed among us.
Wow.
No.
So nice one. Nice one. Mwalimu Richard,
Yes.
sir, the director of Men's Chorale.
Yes.
Men have come, men have gone. You have new groups, new faces once in a while. And not even once in a while. I think God gives you new people maybe every year or something. Let's talk about the mentorship that is offered here and how we can expand such to the church today. Not only just using music, but how can the church mentor the young people?
Just before that,
Uh-huh.
when it comes to function in a group like this is a choir, actually a worship team. Many people don't, they think they have the special time you must have to go and serve.
Uh-huh.
What I want people to know is that worshiping God is not free. And free worship is useless. You just better leave it. Don't go and worship. Don't go to choir practice, or don't go for worship team practice because you have nothing to do. Then that's not worship. Worship is planned. Worship is time. Worship is expensive. You must allocate time. You must wake up in the morning and say, at 5 o'clock, I am going for choir practice, or I'm going for worship team practice. You must allocate time. You must forgo this for this. You can't serve God because you have nothing to do. That is a worship that is valueless. It has no value. The other thing, just about what you have asked, many churches may not know how to mentor the young people. And that's how you find some churches, including ours. We have lost very many young people. It's because sometimes we put people in position that have interests. What do we say? They are interested parties. And you find that way you cannot mentor anybody. You'll always kill somebody who is going to compete you. You'll always kill. So you can't mentor. What churches are supposed to do, especially in these mentorship ministries, we have ministries where we have young people and we have the old people who are there. If you get, for example, if you get a worship leader who is in that position because he worships well, because he knows how to lead worship, he cannot mentor another person. Because when another person is coming up, they kill. Like, for example, I would say I'm mentoring Alovi, I'm mentoring Kevin, I'm mentoring Simba, and others, and even these ones, is because they have a long way to go. They have many years to teach. And when you mentor, you get more respect than when you kill.
That's true.
Yes. So what churches, for me, my advice for churches should be that it's the people who are in position of mentoring people should be people who are not interested parties, should be people who should be allocating, should be people who are like Alovi should do this today, they should do that tomorrow, they should do this today. The person who will identify, who will say, this one is doing this one is doing that, this one can do this. But you see, when the people who are in relationship, like I'm a choir director, and Alovi is coming up. Yesterday, by the way, he sent me a song that he has composed.
Wow.
I have my own, I want him to teach. In fact, I was going to call him, are you sure you can't teach it today? Now, if I kill Alovi, if I tell Alovi now, where that song, I have my songs. I don't want you, wimbo yako. You understand? I am killing Alovi. Now, if I put myself in the position of Alovi on the same level, I can't mentor him. I'll start competing him. When you compete somebody, you can't mentor. And you look at somebody, like if you look at Alovi or Asimba or Kevin, they are coming to ask questions. How can we do this? How can we do that? And yet you find, sometimes you find the people you are mentoring are even more academically qualified than you have the experience. You understand? The academically, so you find the experience you have, if you don't mentor this person, he may not grow well. So this is what I'm doing in the men's choral, and I'm trying to preach this gospel in my church. My church is Citam, so that we don't lose our youth. We identify youth and put them in position. There are some recommendations that we have made, even in other churches. By the way, I teach very many churches. Full Gospel, I teach Friends International, or Anglican churches like St. Stephen's, like, so that what we have is not just for Citam alone. I think we want other churches also too. But it's not an easy thing. You must have a style to mentor people. Otherwise, you think by performing, like for example, I'm on stage throughout conducting the choir, I think I'm mentoring Alovi when I'm actually not mentoring Alovi. I'm killing him. I must have Alovi conduct, and I see how he's conducting. And I tell him this is wrong, or this is right. You see, do it like this. That is mentoring. But when you, like for example, I was the chairman of the Parastatos and the Ministry Choirs organization for 24 years.
Wow.
And they were always electing me. But a few years to my expiry, I had to get somebody, because I was going to leave the parastatal choirs for somebody, and I had to see how are they running it. Yeah, so you must, and mentoring, you must be in a position, you must move yourself from a competitive position so that you can see another person who is like you. Otherwise, if you remain there, you'll always remain a father when you are supposed to be growing to a grandfather. You see, like now I'm just going to move to an executive director because I have I have directors which will become. I move to executive director, stroke consultant. If I don't do that, that position will have nobody, and Alovi can't go to it. When I'm there, he can't go to an executive director. Yes, so that's mentoring is what we should do, especially in our churches. Yes.
Before we talk about the new songs that the men's chorale are coming up with, I know, Mwalimu, you have a burden for men to step up in church, and to serve. And when men do this, it's something else when men are involved. And I've seen that even Citam churches now have started forming the men's chorale, courtesy of your bold preaching about this particular thing men should serve. I want you to talk to the men tuned in right now, and just tell them why they need to step up in church, why they need to have these young men together with them in church, and what you see the church gaining from men stepping up.
Anywhere we have men, nothing goes wrong. Where men relax, things always go wrong. Men are not very active. I would just ask the men to step up. Just a few, I think less than a month, we have a new senior pastor, Pastor Jesse. And when he came in, I found time to go and talk to him. I was shocked that the vision that I have been having for many years, Pastor Jesse has.
Wow.
And I want to thank the bishop for having Jesse come to Karen. Karen, is the engine. I just want to thank the bishop for bringing Jesse to, because the ideas I have about improving music, especially in our church, Pastor Jesse has. Everything. And I'm telling you, we are praying. All the men are praying that the ideas that Pastor Jesse has in music in Karen is going to impact the whole of Citam, the whole of Kenya, and it's going to impact all the other churches. What men should know is that, you see, when you go to a church, when you enter a church, compare a church to a restaurant. When you go to a restaurant, sometimes you even don't know the manager. You just know the waiter. I want so and so to come and serve me. What will make people come to church, especially when they see men participating? We have ushers, we have Holy Communion servers, we have intercessors. We have very many ministries. And you see, like this men's chorale, don't think they only sing. And the way I want them to encourage men, what they're actually doing, you'll find that somebody sit in the congregation and say, this is Odipo. Odipo sings in the men's chorale, and he is in the church choir, and he's teaching Sunday school.
Wow.
That's how you encourage somebody. But because these men are not just singing, they only come to sing, yes, but when you go to church, they are ushers, They serve whole communion. They are in many other ministries. And you see, when people come and see the men are getting involved, especially in bringing up our young ones, like in Sunday school, you'll find we have left Sunday school for women. And our children think now Sunday school is for women, when it's actually supposed to be for men. So they grow up knowing that this is. So I want to talk to our men that let us make our churches, first of all, our churches. You know, the picture of our churches, when they see a worship team there, men and women, then this is very encouraging, especially the senior church. But you find that when you go to the senior church, we find boys, age mates, are the ones leading us in worship. And the men, we have come in suits and we are sitting behind there. We are just, by the way, people should know that by coming to church, you don't help God with anything. You are helping yourself. Don't tell me I've gone to church, so I'm a serve. Every time, look for something to do for God. Because God is always doing something for you. Me, I always want to do something for God. I always want God to have my debt. God, you have not paid this one. I went to you see, like now I'm in Hope. I am talking to so many people in Kenya, and I want God to pay. God, I've preached. Can you make sure? I want God every time they have something for God. So I don't want the men just to sit and come for men's fellowship. Don't just come for men's fellowship. Come for men's fellowship, and there is something you are doing for God. You are in the choir, you are in the worship team, you are what? You are in the Sunday school, you are here, and then you come to church on Sunday. Not just coming to church on Sunday and just to sit. Then that's not serving church. We have many ministries. Go into those ministries and work. Yes.
And also to notice that, Mwalimu has allowed this group to come up with songs and arrange these songs and record these songs. Yeah, and I think that's the mentorship we are talking about. Shigo kutoka Thika Road says the men's chorale is on point. God bless them. Somebody is saying, what a harmony. Well, that harmony is on another level. They are blessed my heart. And there are also new songs coming through. I think so far we've received Unani Linda. And I want us to play this song. But before then, I've seen the chairman ameingia hapa. Chairman, karibu. Karibu sana.
Thank you, man. Karis. Bwana asifiwe.
Better late than never. Umefika.
Ndio mimi huyu. Na hakuna kuchelewa mbinguni kwa uko on time. It's about prioritizing what you have to do, and here we are.
And
this
here
is
we
our
are.
top priority.
Karibu sa. I'd ask the men here to just say their names and what they do. And I think I want to also allow you to do that before we sample this new song by the Citam Karen Men's Chorale.
Isaac Kalua Green, glad to be part of this team. I'm an ecopreneur, and I love the Lord as my savior. And it's about the kingdom business. We sing hapa hakuna mtu mkubwa kuliko mwingine. It's about service in the ministry. And we fear the fact that God says that he loves music. Na tusipomuimbia ataamusha mawe. So imagine wengine hata sisi ndio hizo mawe ziliamushwa. So we are about kingdom business, and we thank God. And thank you, man Karis. It's such a pleasure to be having you as part of the men's chorale.
I'm trying.
God bless.
Sauti inajaribu kukuja.
Atusemi mambo mingi
leo. Hata mzee Onyango unaona niambie maneno ya nywele na kichwa. Ametulia ako kwa ofisi yangu.
Na ile mambo ya Simba kusiganya.
This is Unani Linda by the Citam Karen Men's Chorale. This is a new one, by the way. It's also out there on YouTube. You can go check them out. Citam Men's Chorale on YouTube. Unani Linda. Let's sing along. Then, tunapatia nafasi ya tuimbie ka harmony hapa before tutoke studio.
Unani Linda, Mungu wangu, unanijali siku zote, maadui wakinivamia, Mungu wewe huwatawanya. Unanilinda Mungu wangu, unanijali siku zote, maadui wakinivamia, Mungu wewe huwatawanya.
Shedraki, Meshaki, Abednego waligoma kuinamia sanamu waligoma kuinamia sanamu, wakatupwa kwenye tanuri ya moto. Mungu wewe ukawalinda. Mungu unanijali Yesu, siku zote maadui wakinivamia, Mungu wewe huwatawanya. Unanilinda,
unanijali siku zote maadui wakinivamia, Mungu wewe huwatawanya.
Meshaki, Abednego waligoma kuinamia sanamu, wakatupwa kwenye tanuri ya moto. Mungu wewe kawalinda. Shediraki, Meshaki, Abednego waligoma kuinamia sanamu, wakatupwa kwenye tanuri ya moto. Mungu wewe kawalinda.
Mungu wangu siku zote wakinivamia, Mungu wewe huwatawanya. Unanilinda Mungu wangu, unanijali siku zote maadui wakinivamia, Mungu wewe huwatawanya. Usinione mimi si pweke, Mungu anayenilinda. Ukinitupa kwenye tanuri ya moto, au mawe. Usinione mimi si pweke, Mungu anayenilinda. Au mawe, unywele wangu hautaguswa. Unanilinda Mungu wangu.
Oh yes. Umesikia kutoka kwa Citam Chorale. Acha sisi twende tuimbe. Remember, you serve your maker. Men, there's something we ought to do, and that is to serve our God. My name is Mankaris. That has been my time. God bless you. Mungu wewe huwatawanya.
Mungu wewe huwatawanya.
Hope FM. It's now 4 p.m.
Listen and live.